Hello friends and family. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but I just wanted to come on and say hello and welcome to our channel. If you're new here or returning, thank you for being a part of our family and friends. This is a unusual video. Today I'd like to talk about something that is going on in Ukraine. If you are part of our channel, you know our channel is mostly based on our family, the adventures we're having, and things that we are experiencing since we've been here in Russia. But today, it's going to be a little bit different. If you haven't seen our other videos, please go and look at our other videos and enjoy what our family is experiencing as we've been here in Russia. So, it has come to my attention that there is some things going on in Ukraine, a little bit different than what the usual things that you're hearing in the news going on in Ukraine. So I wanted to come on and talk about it. Now, I heard about it about a week ago, but it's taken me a little time to kind of process, look through all of the information, and decide whether or not I wanted to bring it to your attention as well. I feel this is very dear to my heart because this is something we've talked about before on our channel and about things that are being changed in the world today. First and foremost, we moved to Russia because we wanted a safe haven for our children. We didn't want things like transgender or the ideology of things with people going and changing who they are and it being shoved down the kids' throats. It was put in all of the books. It's put in a bunch of the TVs, the commercials, all of the different advertising. Even Target at one point changed their policies to allow transgender into the bathrooms. Now, here's the thing that I have a problem with doing something like that. I have little girls, and if you are a man and you are not trying to be a woman or even identifying as a woman, you can simply put a little pink barrette in your hair or whatever and walk into the girls' bathroom and nobody will say anything because they don't want any backlash on themselves or any kind of issue with that person. So we stopped shopping at Target because we didn't want to have anybody being in a situation that was uncomfortable, and so our daughters were going to be safe. And since that happened, I heard a lot of different things happening in the Targets where those things were happening. Men were pretending to be women, nobody's saying anything, and they're in the bathroom stalls being very inappropriate with women. So, that aside, we want to talk about what is going on right now in Ukraine. We got some paperwork showing the new policies of how the police in Ukraine are now conducting the way that they respond and how they are allowed to respond and treat people that are not considering themselves a man or a woman. If you consider yourself transgender or any other identifying markings, then they are supposed to take certain actions. I actually have a clip of the paper that I was reading, just the front page, but I do have the whole document if you're very interested in that. I will leave it at the very end of this video so you can kind of read through it yourself, or you can click down below on the link of the actual document itself. Now, I do have it translated into English at the very end of this video if you want to read through it yourself and kind of see exactly what it is that is changing and how they're responding to things with people like that. They are worried maybe about things going on there and police not conducting themselves properly and not having the correct verbiage being set forth and people feeling some type of way about them being misgendered. Now, God created us to be men and women, and we are not a mistake. And if you have any questions about your Christianity, if you haven't received the Lord to be your Savior and asked Him to be living in your heart, I would urge you to please drop a comment down below and ask for any type of questions that you have. I would love to answer them for you. Or you can even go and email us directly at huffmantime at mail.ru. I will also leave that in the description below if you want to email us. I would love to chat with you more about that. But for us personally, we truly believe that God is living in our hearts and we have a relationship with Him. That's why we moved here. We felt that God was telling us to come here, that this is a safe place for our daughters. Russia is a safe place for them to grow up and to learn about Him and about things going on that He wants them to know about. Not having books that are representing other genders or two moms, two dads, or any kind of craziness being shown on children's shows. I just don't understand why they're trying to indoctrinate the children and trying to get them to do this change of thinking where you are confused, and especially at such young ages that they're putting this into schools and books and learning and even TV that is literally geared towards children. So if you've seen our other videos, you already know our stance on this, but it is now changing the way that the police are operating in Ukraine. And this to me just feels wrong. I don't really understand the purpose for this. Yes, I do believe that people should have rights, and I do believe that people should be treated fairly. But I also believe that sometimes in life, when things change, it just puts a snowball effect into society where it is one changing from, okay, this is how we should treat them, to now, oh, we now have to put it in movies and books because we want to include them in that as well. But unfortunately, like what happened in America, it's gone too far. And now you can't go back. You can't undo all the TV shows and all of the books and everything that's out there and be able to help children understand that they have a choice and they need to understand that when they are grown up, something like that should be discussed, not when they are 4, 5, 6, when they're kids. Like that to me is just too much. I feel like if you are in beliefs of something, that's great. I fully stand behind you. I just want you to understand that this is going to be very controversial because there are people who have different beliefs than we do, and that's okay. That's what's great about the world. We are all here. We are all human. We all have the right to believe whatever we want to believe and to live how we want to live. We have chosen as Christians who believe in the Lord that we want to raise our daughters in an area where we feel that they are going to best be able to decide for themselves when they're adults what they believe, and not having it influenced by constant media and constant cartoons and things going on around them that are trying to persuade them that this is right and this is what is okay. If they decide when they're old that that's what they want to do, they want to be a man, even though they are beautiful ladies that are smart, intelligent, and have the whole world ahead of them, that's their choice. I am taught by the Lord to raise my kids the way I feel through Him is the way they're supposed to be raised, and that's what we're going to do. But unfortunately, not everyone in the world believes that, and that's what we're talking about today. So coming across this document, it was strange to me because they want to have the police change how they are conducting their conversations with people, the way that they are talking to people, so that they don't misgender them. Folks, when your bones are found, you're either a man or a woman. There's no misgendering. I mean, I understand if you are a man and you have beautiful features and are sometimes mistook as a woman. I know my child, when he was a baby, had the most beautiful eyes, beautiful skin, and fully dressed in blue, but I can't tell you how many people were like, she's so beautiful, what's her name? And I'm like, he's a boy. His name is Matthew, or his name is Dominic, or whatever. And they were like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Just so beautiful, because sometimes we are beautifully featured. Either man features, woman features, that just happens. But when you are an adult or becoming an adult and you decide that that's something you would like to change about yourself, I urge you to email us. I would love to have a conversation with you about why you feel like the Lord made a mistake on who He decided you are. Because you are amazing. You are a wonderful human being, and you are exactly who you're supposed to be. So don't need to change a thing about your gender. Sometimes we just need to change our thinking, because when our bones are found, everybody knows what we really are. But sometimes our minds don't always feel that it aligns with everything going on. And that, my friend, is just something we need to work through. All kinds of different things in the world happen. Sometimes we just need to wrap our minds around it. We can't always understand things that go on, and that's okay. We should all gather together as a community and help each other. If you are struggling with anything, if you have a loss or a death, I would love to help you with that as well, because grief is hard, and things that happen affect our minds. And I would love to help you with any of those things that you're struggling with.
Derek Huffman here. It is November 16th, 2025. I'm back with my unit, and I came across some disturbing documents today, and I wanted to take time to make a video to talk about it, my thoughts on it, because it justifies one of the major reasons why we left America and moved to Russia. So it is a field guide for the police, a learning guide, if you will, for the Ukrainian police. And it is full of LGBT, transgender propaganda, how to accurately describe their sexual orientation, how to document hate crimes properly. Pretty sick stuff. And it's from the Great Britain Embassy in Ukraine. So I asked myself, why are they pushing it in another country? Ukraine's not part of the EU. They're not part of NATO. So why is a NATO EU country pushing this agenda to Ukraine? So it's very disturbing. This stuff is spreading worldwide. If you know my story, we left America, and one of the major reasons was because of the LGBT propaganda in schools, the indoctrination of children in cartoons. You might say, well, these people just want to be treated the same. They want fair treatment, and that's where it starts. You give these people an inch, and they take a mile. Look at America. It started with, oh, we just want to get married. We just want to be left alone and be in love. And now they're putting it in every cartoon, every TV show, TV commercials, transgender teachers in public schools, forcing children to affirm their, crazy illusion, and drag queen story hours in public libraries, 2 men adopting babies and then laying in the hospital bed as if one of them gave birth. It's sickening. It's amazing to me that they even allow this stuff to happen. But the bigger question is, why are they spreading it in Ukraine? We all know Zelensky is homosexual, and I think that's part of it. But it just goes to show that the agenda, they want to spread it everywhere. They take God out of everything. They're prosecuting the Russian Orthodox Church, shutting them down, robbing them, arresting people in Ukraine. You take God out of the equation, and they reinsert their degeneracy, and people worship that instead. And that's what they want to do. They want to indoctrinate the children, not just in Ukraine, but all over the world. One thing I'm very grateful for President Putin is that he has not allowed this to happen here. I call Russia Noah's Ark. It's the last safe haven for kids, for families, for Christians, for white people who don't want to be persecuted. I mean, it's just an amazing country, and I'm so thankful that we don't have that problem anymore. But looks like it's moving in right next door in Ukraine, and it's very disturbing. You don't have to take my word for it. There's a link in the description. You can read the documents for yourself. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is where it starts. They want to train the police force to recognize these people and be kind to them and affirm their alternate reality. I mean, it's insane. And again, you have to ask, why is Great Britain and the EU as a whole pushing this agenda? You know, there's already most of the men in Ukraine have either fled or been liquidated, and it's probably just a matter of time before they flood them with immigrants and brainwash the children, and then peace out the country. You know, we all know that a lot of this um, problem is that the Western leaders, they want their piece of Ukraine, the agriculture, the minerals, the land. It's very valuable for them. They don't give a shit about Ukraine or the people, and they just want this war to keep going so they can get rich. I mean, the current scam with Zelensky and his people, the corruption, hundreds of millions of dollars stolen, and his Confederates escape in the night. You know, he obviously warned them. He's obviously in on it, and he's illegitimate. So spread this video, you know, read the documents, and understand that this is a global conspiracy on a grand scale to indoctrinate our children. And we need to be careful, we need to be vigilant, and we need to stop it. So I'm going to get back to work and bring home this victory for Russia. Thank you.
I would also love to hear what your thoughts are about the change in the things going on in the world, including the new change with Ukraine. Thank you. I hope you all have a blessed day. Bye.